Hello and welcome back to another installment in the series of regulatory powers presented by Banking Drive Committee of Symbiosis School of Banking and Finance. Last week, while looking at the functions of reserve banks, we covered issuer of currency and banker to the government. This week, we will be focusing on monetary policy and banker to banks. The third function of RBI is the monetary policy. One of the most important functions of central banks is formulation and execution of monetary policy. The Reserve Bank's mandate for monetary policy flows from its monetary stability objective. Over the time, the objectives of monetary policy in India have evolved to include maintaining price stability, ensuring adequate flow of credit to productive sectors of the economy for supporting economic growth, and achieving financial stability. The Reserve Bank emphasizes clear and structured communication for effective functioning of the monetary policy. The Governor of the Reserve Bank announces the monetary policy in April every year for the financial year that ends in the following March. This is followed by 3 quarterly reviews in July, October, and January. RBI traditionally relied on direct instruments of monetary control such as cash reserve ratio (CRR) and statutory liquidity ratio (SLR). Cash reserve ratio indicates the quantum of cash that banks are required to keep with the RBI as a proportion of their net demand and time liabilities. SLR prescribes the amount of money that banks must invest in securities issued by the government. Monetary policy transmission, an important factor that determines the effectiveness of monetary policy, is its transmission, which is a process through which changes in the policy achieve the objectives of controlling inflation and achieving growth. These are the quantum channel relating to money and supply credit, the interest rate channel, the exchange rate channel, and the asset price channel. So the Financial Markets Committee meet every morning and review developments in money, foreign exchange, and government securities markets. The Financial Markets Committee also makes an assessment of liquidity conditions and suggests appropriate market interventions on a day-to-day basis. There are also resource management discussions. These meetings mainly focus on perception and outlook of bankers on the economy, liquidity conditions, credit outflows, development in different market segments, and the direction of interest rates. Bankers offer their suggestions for the policy. The feedback received from these meetings is analyzed and taken as inputs while formulating monetary policy. The fourth function of RBI is banker to banks. Banks are required to maintain a portion of their demand and time liabilities as cash reserves with the Reserve Bank, thus necessitating a need for maintaining accounts with the bank. Further, banks are in the business of accepting deposits and giving loans, since different persons deal with different banks in order to settle transactions between various customers maintaining accounts with different banks. These banks have to settle transactions among each other. To fulfill this function, the Reserve Bank opens current accounts of banks with itself, enabling these banks to maintain cash reserves as well as to carry out interbank transactions through these accounts. Interbank accounts can also be settled by transfer of money through electronic transfer, such as the Real-Time Gross Settlement System, RTGS. The Reserve Bank continuously monitors operations of these accounts to ensure that defaults do not take place. Also stipulate minimum balances to be maintained by banks in these accounts. Lender of last resort. As a banker to banks, the Reserve Bank also acts as the lender of last resort. It can come to the rescue of a bank that is solvent but faces temporary liquidity problems by supplying it with much needed liquidity when no one else is willing to extend credit to that bank. The Reserve Bank extends this facility to protect the interests of depositors of the bank and to prevent possible failure of a bank, which in turn may also affect other banks and institutions and can have an adverse impact on financial stability and thus on the economy. With that, I conclude Bankers to Banks. Please do tune in next week for continuation of functions of RBI. Till then, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you.